Next News, breaking news.
The event was over. People were already mingling, and Joe Biden still stood at the podium, stranded, while Jill Biden had to march back out and retrieve him. That image came out of Barack Obama's big Chicago Vanity gala, and it said more than every speech on that stage. Then Biden blurts the line that sealed it. "Where's my granddaughter?" That's the party lecturing you about competence, democracy, and decency. A billion-dollar monument to ego. A senile ex-president wandering in public, and Barack Obama center stage still pulling strings behind the curtain. Wait till you hear the line Obama used to smear America's founders at his own celebration. This matters because Chicago did not just host an embarrassing Democrat reunion. Barack Obama exposed the operating system of the entire Democrat apparatus in one event. They built a near billion-dollar monument around a man who still trashes the nation that made him, still agitates the activist class, and still expects working Americans to bow. Obama stood at his own event and declared the founders fell terribly short, and then hammered the oldest leftist line about the franchise being limited to white men who own property. He used a personal shrine to keep poisoning the country against its own roots. Then the hypocrisy got even uglier. The Obama Presidential Center required ID at the gate while Democrats still fight voter ID for American elections. Same ruling class, double standards every time. Papers for you when elites want control, chaos for the ballot when Democrats want power. And hanging over that spectacle sat the ugliest charge of all. Black subcontractors tied to this nearly billion-dollar project say they got stiffed, pushed towards bankruptcy, while Obama's celebrity machine partied under the lights. That's why smart Americans prepare for disruption instead of trusting the same elite machine that can't even run a stage exit. And if stores went dark tonight, do you have a month of food at home? If not, go to preparewithgary.com. Our friends over there at My Patriot Supply, they're America's #1 preparedness company with over 3 million satisfied customers. And right now, their best-selling 4-week emergency food supply comes with an additional week of food free. This is the best long-term storable food you can find. You can get real meals made with real ingredients, no artificial flavors or colors, at least 2,000 calories a day, and a shelf life measured in decades. These are the most trusted folks in the business, so grab your free week of emergency food now. Depend on yourself, not Obama's broken machine. Now here's the detail that just twists the knife. While Joe Biden drifted around that stage and Jill had to come back to collect him, Barack Obama used the same event to praise ordinary people who risk their own safety standing shoulder to shoulder for strangers. That's not some Hallmark line. In this climate, with leftist mobs targeting ICE and law enforcement, Barack Obama knew exactly who he was flattering. And we're going to show you all the receipts because the crowd caught what the legacy media tried to blur: senility on stage, incitement at the mic, and arrogance everywhere else. And of course, the memes. You got to love the memes. Garbage presidential library for a garbage president.
Time to clean up this mess. Get in there, Obama. You're garbage. Done. Cleaning up America, one garbage legacy at a time.
One garbage legacy at a time. So that meme, it was pure mockery, but the real embarrassment came from the event itself. Now look at the photo showing Biden still at the podium after the program ended with Jill coming back out to retrieve him. Jonathan Martin snapped this image from the Obama library opening. He says, "I describe it in my column lead, but you need to zoom in to take it all in. The event is over, but Joe Biden has taken the podium. Jill Biden coming back out from backstage to retrieve him." Okay, so you can see, look at Jill. We'll zoom in. There she is. "Hey, Joe? Joe, where are you at, Joe?" Oh, hey, I'm over here." They just left him out there on stage. Absolutely, I mean, it's pure Joe Biden. So Biden wasn't just lingering, he was getting left behind while the Democrat crowd moved on. Next to see the full stage lineup and why critics say the party looked old, confused, and completely out of gas. This is all they've got. Biden lost and wandering, Jill dancing drunk, Bill Clinton staring off, Michelle Obama towering over everyone, Hillary hiding under a giant hat like she's embarrassed to be there. The party is full of drunks, nursing home residents, Epstein flight loggers, and even Michelle Obama. Yeah, look at them all. Even George Bush looks confused. He doesn't know whether to dance, and everyone else is getting down. Sure. So the stage shot sums up the Democrat bench in one frame, but outside the gala glow, there was another ugly question. Why does the Obama library demand ID at the door while Democrats still fight voter ID? Obama Presidential Library requires an ID to get in, but not an ID to vote in our elections.
An ID to get in, but outside the gates, different scene. Apparently, Obama stiffed the black subcontractors who built this stone slab.
Some of our contractors are already in bankruptcy. That's what they're saying, that if it wasn't the fact that they worked on this Obama project, they would not be under this type of problem, filing bankruptcy for protection.
The overall monies expended on this project have now reached nearly $4 million in the red.
In what sense is celebrating Juneteenth if our black contractors are not getting their money?
Barry built a $1 billion vanity project, booked celebrities to serenade him, and didn't pay the black construction workers.
And don't forget your ID to enter. It gets worse than the ID hypocrisy. Next clip, Obama takes the mic at his own celebration and starts lecturing Americans again about the founders and the Constitution. Mask off.
Union, the founders fell terribly short of the Declaration's promise, leaving slavery intact, allowing states to restrict the franchise to white men who own property. But in drafting a Constitution and a Bill of Rights, they did have the foresight, the genius, to provide us with a framework that allows each generation to make our union more perfect. And over more than 2 centuries, through petitions and protests, marches and strikes, moral appeals from the pulpit, and conversations at the family dinner table, men and women from all walks of life, of every color, every faith, every region, took up the cause of democracy and made it their own, until we, the people, came to include not just some of us, but all of us.
So while Biden looked lost, Obama was right on script, using his big night to knock the country's founding. Now watch what else he praised, including activists. He said risk their safety standing up in the streets.
In businesses that are finding new ways to make housing affordable. In those ordinary people in the Twin Cities who brave frigid temperatures, risk their own safety, standing shoulder to shoulder to look out for their neighbors and sometimes look out for strangers because they knew that was the right thing to do. I've seen it.
People want to die.
And I've seen it in a new generation of leaders.
So that line is why so many Americans say Obama still fuels the left street politics from the sidelines. Meanwhile, the Biden chaos wasn't over, because here's the actual moment where he says, "Where's my granddaughter?" Goes Jill. Everyone left Joe Biden.
My granddaughter.
They left the microphone on. He's still like programmed that he speaks after Barack, right? As vice president. So Biden wandering around the Obama Center was bad enough, but the contrast is coming sharper. President Trump's library project, a very different image of leadership and legacy. This was posted by Eric Trump a few months ago. Absolute contrast is going to show up in Miami. This is what a presidential library should look like. Library and museum. And from what I understand, there's even going to be a hotel attached so you can stay there. So while Obama's opening was filled with confusion and cleanup, Trump world is showing the polished version of the future. Next, the comparison gets even more direct. Two Chicago buildings, the same price tag and very different results. Both buildings cost $847 million. Both are in Chicago. Trump built one, Obama built the other. Need I say more? So that's hitting hard. But even Obama's grand opening, the media couldn't control the room because Tom Hanks took a shot at MSNBC's tiny audience live on the air.
To see you.
What can I do for the 800 people
Jacob
watching
Soboroff.
MS Now?
We're live on MS
All
Now.
right, add a zero to it if you need to.
I would say millions now that you're on our air.
All right.
How'd you do? Thanks for stopping and for adding the zero to our ratings today. Thank you so much.
Tell you, I can hear the clicks happening before my very
Thank you so much. Katie Tur, he did it for you.
All right. Thanks, Tom. Appreciate that. He has been very supportive of the press, at least in the past. Getting a new coffee machine for the White House correspondents, which I know they greatly appreciated during the first Trump administration.
He bought a coffee machine. So even the celebrity guests were clowning the corporate press at Obama's event. Shifting gears, the next clip jumps to the White House where Trump's team staged a full-blown UFC spectacle that looked like pure Americana. The White House releasing this today.
UFC fans have traveled far and wide across the United States and around the globe, all to witness history and be a part of this uniquely special mixed martial arts showcase that is UFC Freedom 250.
Freedom at the White House on Donald Trump's birthday. What an event.
Welcome to UFC Freedom 250. Here is the President of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump.
From the South Lawn of the White House, Diego Lopez preserving status. Nickel of the White House. Mauricio lighting him up in D.C. Undefeated Josh Hawkins. All eyes on Sean O'Malley. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event. And look at where we are. This is insane. Ilya Topuria against the tried and true American Justin Gaethje.
These dudes are going at it.
Justin Gaethje with the ultimate career capstone at the Worlds.
One of the great upsets in the history of the sport.
On the 250th anniversary, Justin Gaethje showed that American spirit that allowed him to become a world champion.
This is the greatest night in the history of combat sports.
That was just released. So from Obama's carefully managed gala to Trump's South Lawn fight night, the contrast couldn't be clearer. And after that huge UFC event, one fighter grabbed the mic and delivered the line about Michelle Obama that's been blowing up and never gets old.
Lastly, Michelle Obama is a man. Am I right, America?
Oh, I can play that on a repeat. So the cleanest comparison came from one brutal number. $847 million. Both Chicago builds cost that much. Trump built one, Obama built the other. Donald Trump's tower still dominates the skyline like a statement of American ambition. Barack Obama's center opened under a fog of unpaid worker accusations, gated elite hypocrisy, and a public scene where Joe Biden could not even find his family. The contrast is not architectural, it's moral. Donald Trump builds strength, scale, energy. Barack Obama builds grievance, lectures, and monuments to himself. Barack Obama still had the nerve to stand there and sneer at the founders while the human wreckage of his party shuffled around behind him. That's the Obama machine in 2026. Anti-American in content, exhausted in appearance, and rotten in practice. So here's the line that every normal American should draw tonight. If Barack Obama and his allies want another round of sermons about democracy, start with the workers. Pay every black subcontractor tied to that project, if the charge stands. If Democrats want to bark about election integrity, explain why Obama's monument needs ID at the door while citizens do not get ID protection at the ballot box. If Barack Obama wants to posture as a wise elder, answer for praising activists who menace ICE while President Trump restores law and order. And if the press wants to sell this Chicago circus as some glorious legacy event, run the full tape. The emptying crowd, Joe Biden frozen at the podium, Jill walking back to retrieve him, and Obama ripping the founders at his own shrine. So send this segment to one person still clinging to the myth of the Obama era. The mask slipped. The handlers look weak, and Trump's America looks stronger by the day. And it's time for you to be stronger too. And that's why I want you to text the words raw feed to 844-840-4963. That's how we're bypassing the algorithm to bring you the truth every single night. We'll text you one time a night. We'll give you a link so you can check in, review all the content we've produced for you so that you can grow stronger every day with the truth. And celebrate America 250 by going to the merch shelf below this video or going to shop.nextnewsnetwork.com.
The system controls information. Information control is power.
They don't want you to see this.
The truth only survives together. They don't want this shared. Share this now. You know out.